So as of the filming of this episode right down here in sunny Florida, we have got our first major storm heading right towards us. You know, being Floridians, we understand the need to be prepared when storms are upon us. You know, once hurricane season begins, we have got to prepare by stocking up on things like water and food and supplies. We also have to prepare our homes to withstand the onslaught of hurricane force wind and rain. You know, being prepared is essential to survival. But do we treat the spiritual storms in the same manner? And so on this week's episode of the 5-Minute Break, we are going to learn how to be prepared when the storms of life come our way. Let's go! Hello, my friend, and welcome to the 5-Minute Break, where we find encouragement and some resources that we need to be prepared for whatever storm may come our way. As always, my name is Dave, and I am your host, and I am also the lead pastor at First Christian Church in Arcadia, Florida. You know, if you are a subscriber, I want to take a moment to say thank you so much for supporting this channel. And if you're not a subscriber, man, you need to hit that subscribe button so that we can continue bringing you content just like this. You know, the early church faced all kinds of dangerous storms when it began nearly 2,000 years ago. Jesus, of course, had been raised from the dead, but he also went back into heaven. And so the apostles were left with the huge task of establishing the church here on earth. And let me tell you, things would not go very smooth. They would have to deal with things like famine, favoritism, lying, and even persecution. So how did the early church manage to survive? Well, I believe that the answer is found in Acts chapter 2. I want you to listen to how they were prepared for the storms of life in verses 42 through 47. It says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. And every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Wow. I mean, so really the question is, how did they prepare? Well, if you will allow me for just a moment to maybe present a clickbait top 10 list of what the early church can teach us about being prepared for the spiritual storms of life. Number 1, they studied God's Word, the Bible. They knew that their connection with Jesus flowed from knowing His Word. Number 2, they fellowshipped. The early Christians, I believe, understood the immense power that we have in community with one another. Number 3, they celebrated Christ's death. They joined together and shared in what is known as communion, or the Lord's Supper, as a reminder to them every time they met that victory was theirs. It had already been achieved by Jesus Christ. Number 4, they prayed. The Christians knew that communication with God for direction and correction were essential survival tools. Number 5, they acknowledged the miraculous. You know, sometimes we all need to witness a miracle as a reminder that God is still on His throne and He is still in control. Number 6, they were united. That didn't mean that they agreed on everything, but they understood the power of common mission and common purpose. Number 7, they met together. Yes, folks, you and I have got to be a part of a local church. We cannot survive spiritual attack on our own. We need a church family for support and encouragement. Number 8, they saw the value in hospitality. You know, so often our success can be built on the foundation of genuine love and care and support for one another. Number 9, they worshiped. The early church knew that the way to overcome self-pity, doubt, and depression was to take the focus off of ourselves and put our focus where it belongs, on the praise and glory of God. And number 10, they trusted. They didn't need any fancy gimmicks. They knew that all they needed was to simply trust and obey God, and He would take care of the rest. Well, that's all we have for today. I have really got to go, and I've got to get ready for this storm that's heading my way. So from all of us here at the 5-Minute Break, we love you, be safe, and be prepared no matter what storm is coming your way. Be sure that before you leave here, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell buttons. And also, drop a comment and share your story below. And we hope that you will join us again next time.